Ownership creates confidence. Pressure destroys it. Here's the principle. Helping your child take ownership of what they control builds genuine confidence. Adding pressure about things outside their control creates anxiety. The line between these two? That's what we're talking about today. Let me show you the difference. Teaching responsibility. What can you control in this situation? What's your plan? Adding pressure. You better win this game. I didn't pay all this money for you to lose. Teaching responsibility. How was your effort today? Adding pressure. Why didn't you score more? Your teammates scored way more than you. See how different those feel? One empowers, one suffocates. Here's what research on athlete development shows. Young athletes who are taught to focus on controllables, effort, attitude, preparation, response to setbacks, develop higher intrinsic motivation, better emotional regulation, and more consistent performance than athletes focused on outcomes they can't control. Your child can't control whether they win. They can control whether they compete with full effort. They can't control whether they're the most talented. They can control whether they're the most prepared. They can't control the ref's calls. They can control their response to those calls. When you teach them to focus on controllables, you're building responsibility and protecting them from outcome-based anxiety. Question for you. When your child performs poorly, what's the first thing you ask about? The result or their effort and focus? Be honest. Drop a comment. Here's how to teach responsibility without pressure. Focus post-game questions on effort and controllables. How was your effort today? 1 to 10 scale. How was your focus? Did you do what you've been working on? How did you handle adversity? Notice what's not there. Did you win? Were you the best player? What does coach think? Separate your emotions from their performance. If your mood depends on their results, they learn, my job is to manage my parents' emotions through my performance. That's pressure, not responsibility. Better, stay emotionally steady regardless of outcome. You can be disappointed for them without being disappointed in them. Teach the control circle explicitly. Draw it with them. Inside, effort, attitude, preparation, response to mistakes. Outside, opponent strength, weather, refs, outcome, others' opinions. Ask regularly, is what you're stressing about inside or outside your circle? Let natural consequences teach. They didn't prepare adequately and performed poorly? Don't rescue with excuses. Let them feel the connection between preparation and performance. But don't add emotional punishment on top. I told you so. Natural consequences are enough. Remember from Stage 1 Video 7 about parent roles? Your job is support, not pressure. Responsibility is taught through guidance toward controllables, not anxiety about uncontrollables. Here's what undermines this. Saying you care about effort, but your visible disappointment is only about results. Teaching them about controllables, then freaking out about outcomes. Asking, did you have fun? But clearly being upset when they lost. Kids read your emotional truth, not your words. Make sure they match. If you're invested financially and outcomes feel important to justify that investment, this is understandable. But separate your financial concerns from their responsibility teaching. Process focus actually maximizes your investment. It ensures they're using opportunities well regardless of immediate results. If co-parenting with someone very outcome-focused, you can't control their emphasis. But during your time, consistently redirect to process. That's a great outcome goal. What's your process to get there? The Parent Alignment Discussion Guide addresses this tension. This week, Practice post-competition questions that focus entirely on controllables. Notice if your emotional reactions match your stated values. If you say effort matters, but you're visibly upset about results, that gap needs addressing. Your child learns responsibility by watching what you focus on. Make sure you're focusing on what they can actually control. Responsibility without pressure builds confidence. Pressure without ownership builds anxiety. Choose wisely.